So I'm not going to presume to tell you why you play computer games, but I do know that most people see it as like an interactive entertainment form. You know, you step into these amazing digital worlds that's created by these very talented developers, and you get to not only see what's going on and experience the story, you get to interact with the environment. Now, sometimes a game comes along that a lot of people describe as a walking simulator. You don't actually interact with that much. It's more a case of just moving through the environment and seeing what the game developers have placed in front of you. Now, to some people, that is just, well, boring. You know, they just see it as, well, that's a waste of time. I can't do anything. Um, Okomotive, the developer, Swiss developer that I'm talking about today, they have made two games prior to this, and I love both of them. They're Forlorn Sales and the sequel placed you in like a vehicle, and the entire game you have to keep this vehicle going from left to right by getting fuel, keeping the engines going, repairing it, all that kind of stuff. And all the time you're moving through this like post-industrial wasteland where like the bones of industry are sticking up through the ground, and there's lots of different things in your way, and you've got to like take this journey with this person you don't know. The game starts out with very little, in fact actually no preamble. It's just literally here you are. You can move, you can like jump around, and you can pick things up, and that's it. So in terms of actually gameplay, it's not that deep. The sequel, the second game, was a really beautiful addition to that journey. It felt like, well, it was in the same universe, and it was like an extension of that game, I think. So lots of people thought the third game would be some type of flying game, maybe like an air balloon or a blimp. I did anyway. But it turns out the developers wanted to try something different. They wanted to go from a sideways viewpoint into like a 3D environment. So Herdling is, like I've said, the third game from Okomotive, and they've made this transition into 3D. I think they've done a pretty good job. They seem to have adapted their style to a full 3D environment. Like the first two games, you wake up with a person, you don't know what they're doing or why they're there or what their motives are. The only thing you know is that you can move around, and so you start to explore your environment based on what you can see. Now the team have left little breadcrumbs like light, sound, and so you slowly make your way through this like city environment, and you find the first creature that you're gonna tame, and then eventually you find more, and you slowly build a herd. Now you spend a bit of time in the city. There's different things you can move around, like train cars. There's like industrial sites where there's warehouses and stuff like that. I personally would have liked it if the game spent a bit more time in a city environment. I could see them really doing some interesting things with that kind of like idea. Developers, they've got good form for like building these like post industrial landscapes in the first two games, and so yeah, I think I went from the cityscape to like rural outdoor areas pretty quickly, and I didn't like that. I thought the more interesting parts of the game were in the first like hour, maybe hour and a half. So in terms of actual gameplay, what are you doing? Well, the task is to move this herd of creatures away from the city, keep them alive and keep them moving, and that's all you really know. And the game doesn't tell you anything in terms of goals or objectives. That's the style of the developer. I kind of respect that, and I like the kind of like low input way of doing things they've got. You can't do that much with the herd themselves, though. I think that's the problem for me with this game, is that You can pet them, which I don't think does that much, or if anything at all. They can get twigs on their fur when they go through bracken and different undergrowth, so you can like clean that off, and I think that speeds them up. You can feed them berries when they get injured, but I think feeding them after that has no like discernible effect. It's just that's just you know, for healing them up. You can give them different names, and apart from a few other like bespoke interactions, I think that really is it in terms of what you can do with them, and that's kind of a shame really. I was expecting a bit more management, because the first game had quite a bit of management of the ship, and essentially these are the ship in this game. So these games are quite short. The first two games were at 4 or 5, 6 hours long, and this one is no different. I clocked in at 4.5 hours to finish this game, and for a lot of people that is like a deal breaker. That's 4 hours is like, whoa, I'm not paying for a game that's that short. Like I've said in the introduction, these games are not designed to be like a 150-hour epic saga. They're just like a shot of this world that you can step into just for a very short time and just experience it and see what they have to offer. Now, in terms of interaction, now like I said, I think this game steps back a little bit in terms of what you can do. I still enjoyed my time with Herdling. I enjoyed moving through the environments. There's really beautiful environments to move through, and you can see hints of like civilization that's been there before and all that kind of thing. And the music as well, when the herd starts like running down a hillside and the music kicks in, it's such a good feeling to be in this game, and it's such a lovely experience. I'm really glad I played it, and I don't think I'll play it again, just because there is a real lack of changes to the story and changes to the actual path. Like I've said, it's a very linear game, but I'm glad I did play it. Now, the price tag for this game is already like really low, I think, but if you're not sure, maybe wait for a couple of months, maybe a year, pick it up in a sale. But I would definitely say I would recommend this game to people who like this type of game, just, you know, moving through the environment and just being very zen and just chilled out and just taking your time and seeing what the game throws at you. So there we go, guys, that's Herdling. I really enjoyed the game, and I hope the studio keep making more of these style of games. I would love another game in the style of the first two, just to kind of make that trilogy of games, because I feel like there's like one more game in that whole like sequence. But yeah, that's just my own personal take on it. For those who listen to my content regularly, you'll know I've just moved to my family. So we're now in a different house, and my studio is bigger, and it will be cool. But for now, everything's everywhere, and it's taking a while to get back on track. But yeah, in the next week or two, more videos will come in, and I've got some really nice ideas for the future as well for like the next year. So yeah, looking forward to more content. I'd just like to say a big thank you to all the people who've subscribed so far, and also people who know me, supporting me. It's been really amazing to receive so much support from my friends and from people who in the industry. Yeah, I'm really enjoying making videos now, so I fully intend to continue and grow the channel. If you could share this video and my prior content, that'd be great, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye bye.